a seeker my whole life, and that has led me on many paths. You've got to find out what is really inside of you. That's what writing has done for me. It's been a real discovery.
When I think about Bruce McEver's story, it invokes for me very much the life of the mind and a deep sense of intellectual curiosity.
He was a nurturer, a mentor for me, and someone who I admired, and someone who I shared a vision of Poetry at Tech with through Tom.
I met Bruce almost 25 years ago now in New York City. He took a class that I was teaching, and we became friends immediately.
I first met Bruce, I think it was 1983, and as a consequence of our work together, we began paying more attention to poetry and literature in our conversations.
The leaders need to be able to express themselves. They need to be able to write clearly. They need to be able to read, and they need to have that love of it. It is the rounding of the full person that is really important.
Bruce McEver's focus on educating the whole person tracks what I think is the function of the Ivan Allen College and its unique place at Georgia Tech, which is to provide students an undergraduate experience that goes beyond giving them a kind of training for the job market.
The first McEver seminar was held in Bruce McEver's office at Berkshire Capital in New York City, only a few months after 9/11.
I remember, meeting him in this boardroom when, we were sitting around talking about what opportunities there were at Georgia Tech to create a new kind of seminar program, a new kind of interaction between students in the Ivan Allen College and in the engineering college.
If we can create environments where students understand that it is absolutely essential for them to work in their chosen fields, placing those fields within a broader human context. I think very much that's part of Bruce's vision, and it is part of a vision that looks toward the future of this institution.
I think poetry is being able to tell someone what's inside of you like nothing else.
I had some thoughts about Georgia Tech when I came back as president. I began to think about ways in which to help the Ivan Allen College and to stimulate the humanities. And while I was pondering this issue, someone came in my office and said, there's this engineer who wants to create a chair at Georgia Tech in poetry. And I thought, my God, that's amazing.
When we talk about Bruce's contributions to the liberal arts here at Georgia Tech, Poetry at Tech's been able to bring around 185 poets to campus, not to mention the untold number of audience members who have benefited from the poetry reading series. There's also around 600 individuals who have attended the McEver Community Poetry Workshops.
Bruce was very flexible in allowing us to use his funds in different ways and create an endowment so we could have poetry readings. And it was lovely to sit in there and see 300 people in these poetry readings and realize that half that audience were engineering students or business students.
Do you know many other CEOs of major investment banking companies who are also poets? Not many. That's what makes him unique. He's also deeply interested in religions.
He's been very important to Emory University and Candler School of Theology through his commitment to educating fine religious leaders, and also in his determined efforts for multi-faith engagement and understanding.
He brought a passion to this idea of being a whole person, and he engaged in it.
He's the poet, he's the businessman, he's the engineer, he's the network guy. Everybody knows Bruce.
I'm very happy for you, Bruce. I love you. Keep writing poems.
Ditto.